everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel today. We're on VRally 4 today, a game that is out tomorrow. I received a review copy of this game about 5-6 days ago. I hadn't had any chance to really get on it because of obviously the FIA on GT Sport. I'm obviously with a chance of getting into the World Finals on that, so I've been concentrating on that. I did have a quick go on Sunday when I first got the code on a steering wheel. Found it to be a little bit aggressive on the wheel. I thought it's gonna take time to adjust the settings to get them where I needed to, because the whole play seat was shaking with how aggressive it was. It was a little bit too aggressive, so I decided to just go on the pad, have a quick go of it last night. I literally just jumped on each type of discipline within the game, just to show you what's going on. You can see at the moment this is obviously the rally stage, going into the forest now. Not driving particularly great because I'm on a control pad. I'm doing the gears myself. I've got the assist pretty much turned off. I'm just trying to have some fun on the game and see what it's like to play. You can see it's actually a little bit more simulation than I expected on the rally part of it, but the other disciplines are verging on a little bit more arcadey. There is still arcade elements within the rally part though. I think if you wanted the ultimate rally sim, I think Dirt Rally in my view is probably a little bit more simulation, but this is fun. I'm not going to deny it. This is actually a lot more fun than I expected it to be. The one thing I will say though is visually, I don't think the visuals are the most amazing you're going to see in a racing game. Particularly the car models, I find the car models quite lacking. I don't know whether there's going to be some sort of update that's going to come out on the day of release tomorrow that might add some improvements in terms of this area, because obviously this is before the game's actually officially released, but I wouldn't expect massive changes this late on. So it's functional though, and one thing is the frame rate seemed fairly solid. I didn't really come across any major frame rate issues, but I am on a PS4 Pro, so whether that will change depending on what you are using, I do not know. I can't say for the standard PS4, but it was good fun. It played okay on the control pad, considering I don't really use the control pad. I was able to jump on with the pad and get used to it fairly quickly. That was my first attempt at that rally. You can see the different disciplines available there. You've got obviously Gymkhana, hill climbing, buggies, rally, and obviously Rallycross, which is obviously just the Rally X type version for Rally. Jumping onto the hill climb. This is the hill climb event. This is just a very short one. I did just a short track, just to give you a little glimpse at what it's like in game. Obviously I'm on the control pad. I decided to run this one driving from in the cockpit where I would be if I was on the steering wheel, just to see how it handled when using the cockpit view. One thing I will say about this obviously is I think this is going to be quite fun, these hill climb events, when I've got my steering wheel set up, and I will probably do a few of them just for the hot lap type aspect. It's just you against the hill. Obviously you don't have any co-driver to give you any pointers for the corner, so this was my first run, so I didn't have a clue where I was going, so taking it really cautious on the control pad. You can see it's actually fairly playable on a control pad. Even from this view it felt fine. Obviously I'm still getting used to the game. I've not done any racing games on a control pad for a long time. I briefly did a video a while ago comparing GT Sport. That didn't take long to get used to. This feels like it'd be fairly easily to get used to on a pad. I actually think from my brief go with the steering wheel, I'm not too sure if the pad would probably be a little bit better on this game, because it's got more of an arcade feel. When you find the game's more arcade based, sometimes you find that it's more suited to the control pad, and I think this game might be verging on that. It'll be interesting to see when, after the FIA is finished on Saturday, I'll probably jump on this and try and get my wheel settings where I want them. Try and work them out, and have a go. You see I've made a terrible mistake there. Try and work them out and see what they're like. You can see it's great fun though. It's got a good sense of speed, a real sense of speed in this game, and maybe that's why the visuals are not so amazing. They've obviously gone for other aspects of the game to emphasize the speed, but it's great fun, and I will try and get the wheel settings sorted and jump on and do some stuff with the wheel and see how it compares. I expect it'll be a lot smoother for me because I'm more used to a wheel, but it's good fun. The replays, one thing I will say about the replays is, you have a little look now, they do like to go down the Dirt Rally grid autosport way of doing the replays, which I'm not a massive fan on. So many games do it. Drive Club kind of suffered from this as well. They pushed out too many changes in the replay angles. If you look at the best games for replays, it's games like Assetto Corsa and Gran Turismo. They stick to the TV replays, them type of views, and they let them pan out for a while. This is very choppy and stops and starts and goes through a different view. It's quite chaotic, and I don't really like that. I prefer to see it as if you were on the side of the road watching them go past. I'm not a massive fan when they change the view every 2 seconds. You see it's constant changes, it's not staying on one view, and it really bugs me that in racing games. But it's a minor criticism, it's a replay, it doesn't really affect the gameplay. The gameplay's there, it's fun to play this game. Everything I've tried so far has been fun, I've enjoyed. I can't fault it for the way it plays. I haven't come across any major bugs. I've only played this game for about an hour and a half though, 2 hours. I just wanted to show everyone each different area of the game. One thing that I will say is, because they've spread out, obviously they've got 5 separate disciplines within the game. I think it's 5. Obviously you've got the Gymkhana, the hill climb, the Rally X and the buggies. I think each one isn't exactly, it's not got a massive in-depth amount of tracks and stuff. It's quite, it's kind of like a jack of all trades type thing. It's not really got you can't, it's not going to last you ages. If you just want the rally part, this is probably not the game for you. It's just if you want variety, it's going to be quite fun. This is the buggies. I decided to try them on the snow track. I did have a couple of laps practice, because the first lap, you'll see in a minute, the jump I went clean straight off. Started to realise you had to brake a little bit before this jump. You see there, I jumped that far, I pretty much landed at the end of the corner, so I did another go and got used to it. But this was quite fun again. It kind of feels very arcadey to me. This felt one of the most, the more arcadey parts of the game. The game actually reminds me very much of the way it is and the way the career mode is. I've started the career mode. One I'll point out issue I have with that at the moment is it reminds me very much of the Grid Autosport, the Grid games, the Race Driver Grid, the Dirt games. It feels like a Codemaster game in a way. It does feel like they've gone for that approach to the game. But one area that I will say is the start of the career is a little bit frustrating, the way it doesn't let you restart events when you're doing them. You just have to keep going. So when you're trying to work out the settings and stuff for yourself to do, you're like pausing and restart. You can't restart. That's an issue for me. First thing I want to do when I start on a racing game is work out some settings on the wheel. So I'm pausing and I want to restart and see what feels better. You can't do that in the career. You have to wait until you finish like the initial training period, and then they allow you to do it, or obviously you can restart events. So that was a bit frustrating. I'm going to jump on to a race within the career mode now. You can see this is on the Rallycross, which is obviously the Rallycross events. This is obviously not driving the best of cars because this was in the career mode, but I just wanted to show you this one. This was quite fun. I enjoyed this. I think the AI was set at about 75 or 80% out of 100. I don't know what they're going to be like at 100. They seem fairly beatable at this level. You can see decided to go down the Joker on lap 1 just to get it out of the way. Coming back into P2, and then I've got to chase down P1 as P3 gives me a little nudge into that corner. Some fun. The AI are quite aggressive, but I wouldn't say they're overly aggressive so far. One on this track anyway. A different track I did try in the career mode. They were quite brutal. They just literally just ran straight into the first corner, and it was quite messy. So maybe they need to have a little look at the AI aggression, but it's still fun to play. I can imagine these Rallycross events being quite fun against the humans on, obviously multiplayer, online multiplayer. I think it'd be quite fun and it'd be enjoyable just to get on and just have some fun on the control pad, because sometimes it's quite nice to play a game on a pad after obviously playing on a wheel and putting 100% concentration. This isn't the game that I would be putting 100% concentration in, because I just couldn't. I wouldn't put enough time into this game to be ultra competitive. I'd expect to get reasonably good at it, but you see going for a move on the inside there, I decided to cut the corner a bit and scraping, give him a little nudge off the track, get myself back into P1, and I think that was pretty much the end. There was a little bit more battling going through this corner, I think, as he came back on the outside, but pushed him back wide. Obviously the AI, it's quite aggressive to you, so I was giving it back there and taking the win in this race for the career event. But definitely a game that I would jump on just for a quick go and a quick multiplayer race or something like that. Maybe for a stream in the future, do a stream when I'm a little bit better, maybe when I've got the wheel set up and I can do some online on it. I don't know how popular this game is going to be. I didn't really know much about this until I got the review code, and I have to say it is fun. I'm not going to lie. I've had, for the brief few hours, I think probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours I've spent on it so far. It is fun. This is a Gymkhana. I'm just going to show you the replay and let this play out as I end this video, but this was really fun as well, and I think this is going to be really enjoyable when you start getting used to it and you can start nailing these Gymkhana laps. I say Gymkhana, but it's not actually. I don't think it's actually called that within the game, for obvious reason, probably licensing. But it's definitely fun, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Anyway, I'll leave you with the replay of it, of me not driving particularly great because I didn't have a clue where I was going, but it's still fun to watch. And I'll be back with more videos in the future on VRally, but mainly, obviously, I think we've got the GT Sport Manufacturers Race coming today. I'm going to try and get that done also today and get that out. It's an enjoyable race. Something happened at the end. You really need to check that race out. A great race, fun to watch, and a bit of controversy. There's something in it that happens that was a little bit frustrating, but anyway, I'll let you watch that later on. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll be back very soon. Thanks again for watching, everyone.